age is just a number. In this video, I predict the landing spots for 30 plus players that are 30 plus. Old guys are players too, you know. These guys can still play. Some more than others. Assuming they all play this season and don't retire, this is where I think they will end up. Let's go. With Tyson Alualu likely retiring for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they could use a new big man in the middle at nose tackle. Akeem Hicks can still defend the run at a very high level, and the Steelers love their big men. I believe he goes to Pittsburgh. Wouldn't it just be a Ndamukong Suh type of move to sign with the Super Bowl champs for one last run in like December? You know it's coming, so just write it down. Ndamukong Suh to the Chiefs. The Commanders could utilize some veteran depth behind Montez Sweat and Chase Young. Robert Quinn can still provide a spark in a rotation as a pass rusher. He fits right in as a backup with the Commanders. Jacksonville is likely going to lose Arden Key and Dwayne Smoot, which means they need a third edge rusher. Melvin Ingram has still been productive the last couple of years, fits the system, and adds the rotation player that can play inside or outside and replace what Arden Key gave them. Bud Dupree simply has not been the same edge rusher since he left the Pittsburgh Steelers. I believe he comes back to the Steelers. They could use some depth behind TJ Watt and company, and maybe he can rejuvenate his career for one last run in Pittsburgh. The Las Vegas Raiders need a lot of help in their front seven, so the best way to address it is by getting players that can play multiple positions. Kyle Van Noy can play the edge position or the linebacker position inside their defense. Plus, he's from Nevada and has a good connection with Josh McDaniels. This just makes too much sense. TJ Edwards is likely going to get more money elsewhere. Kaiser White is probably going to be gone. The Eagles have no linebackers. Neither starting linebacker will be back, which means that they need a veteran linebacker on a good contending team. Eric Kendricks makes a lot of sense. He's great against the run. He's super smart. That could improve the Eagles' run defense, and he also has a connection with Desai already, so it's a perfect fit. The LA Chargers need to take a look at run-stuffing linebackers. Anthony Barr is athletic enough to play in this system and performed very well as a complimentary linebacker in Dallas last year. I believe he gets starter money with the Chargers to come in and help fix their run defense. Why not another vet in the front seven to the Chargers? Marcus Golden is 1 year removed from double-digit sacks. He gives more upside than Kyle Van Noy as a pass rusher, and he would be a great backup to Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. The New York Giants could use a veteran edge player who is just nasty at getting to the quarterback and savvy at finding sacks. Za'Darius Smith could help a lot. He was well deployed by Wink Martindale in Baltimore, was really good for the Vikings last year with 10 sacks, and he's a perfect fit for this system and a complement to the young pass rushers in New York. With Jimmy Ward unlikely to return for the 49ers, they probably need to find a versatile replacement for cheap. Kareem Jackson is coming off a bit of a down year. He is getting older, but he plays a lot like Jimmy Ward. He's a former cornerback who can play in the nickel or play strong safety in the box, and he can cover tight ends or slot receivers. He's a very good tackler, and he seems to fit that versatile role for the Niners secondary. Daron Harmon shocked me last year with his performance. He played the best football since the Patriot days for the Las Vegas Raiders last year. He was an absolute ball hawk, a playmaker, one of the few actual bright spots of the Las Vegas Raiders secondary. There were not very many at all. I think he returns to the Raiders as their free safety or maybe their third safety, which would be a better fit for him in 2023. Rodney McLeod was rejuvenated with the Indianapolis Colts last year, and because of his age, I don't see him getting a major market at the safety position, which is absolutely loaded in free agency. Rodney McLeod's a pretty good in-box safety for the Colts, and he also has pretty savvy coverage skills. He was always good with Philadelphia, and now has found his second life with the Indianapolis Colts. I think he returns. One of the weaknesses of the Carolina Panthers defense has been their safety position, and specifically their deep coverage, allowing far too many big plays. Evero does have a connection with LaMarcus Joyner dating back to their Rams days, where Joyner played his best football of his career. He is strictly a deep free safety, but that is what the Panthers need more than anything. So I like this short-term signing for the Panthers defense. This one probably won't happen, but I would love to see Logan Ryan return to the Patriots. My love for his game has just really grown since he left New England. He was successful in Tennessee. He was a good football player with the Giants. He's a versatile defensive back. And with Devin McCourty leaving, we need a defensive back in there that's a leader, that can tutor the rest of this secondary that's very young and can really teach them the Patriot way. I'd love to see Logan Ryan back as a Patriot. The Seattle Seahawks really need a center. That is one of their biggest positions of need. They could address this in the draft, but there's a top 10 center in the NFL for the past 5 or 6 years sitting in free agency. His name is Ben Jones, and even though he's older, I've suggested the Seattle Seahawks in this NFC should go all in. Ben Jones would be a really good center for this offense, especially in the running game for the next 2 to 3 years. The Cincinnati Bengals could use an upgrade or at least some competition at the left guard spot. Roger Saffold was never a good fit for the Buffalo Bills, who primarily run a lot of zone scheme. But in a power scheme like the Bengals, where they shifted to a lot of those style runs in 2022, Roger Saffold could come back to life as at least a starting capable left guard, and if not, he's a really good backup. I'm not sure if Justin Pugh will return to football in 2023, but if he does, the Buffalo Bills make sense. They need an upgrade at the guard position. At the very least, he's a very good backup, a veteran player looking to win, and it is close to home for him. So Justin Pugh to the Bills does seem like a good fit. The Washington Commanders are not afraid of signing veteran guards who maybe other teams don't feel can still play, but they do. Trey Turner is a perfect example. Gabe Jackson is also a right guard who is now a free agent, who might be cheap and could start for a team still coming off his worst season of his career. Riley Reif, to me, is just too valuable for the Bears to let go. They must re-sign him. They're going to bring in some other tackles, possibly younger tackles through the draft, and having a veteran presence would be ideal. The LA Chargers definitely need to upgrade the right tackle position. Kelvin Beacham's been a very solid right tackle for a number of years, and he would be an awesome addition to this offensive line. Whether he's a starter or he's a swing tackle, they'd finally have some quality play at the right tackle position. I'm really not sure where Taylor Lewan is going to go, but he does feel like a Pittsburgh Steeler to me. He's tough, he's rugged, and he'll run you over. The Steelers could utilize an upgrade at the left or right tackle position, and Lewan maybe still has some gas left in the tank. Jerick McKinnon is just simply more valuable to the Chiefs than any other team. He's basically the James White for Patrick Mahomes, the chain mover. He was awesome in the red zone last year. I think he makes a perfect complement to Isaiah Pacheco, so he'll return to Kansas City. I don't know if Raheem Mostert is going to go back to Miami. That could happen, but a place that I do feel he fits very well is in Cleveland. Kareem Hunt's probably going to be gone. Nick Chubb needs a nice complement. They're going to want to win this year, and the speed of Mostert with the power of Nick Chubb would be something to behold. The Denver Broncos, new head coach is Sean Payton. Latavius Murray is ageless. The guy played really well for them last year when Javonte Williams went down. He can do a little bit of everything, and Sean Payton just seems to love this guy, so I think he comes back to Denver probably as their third running back. Andy Dalton was low-key pretty good for the Saints last year and had maybe his best season in 3 or 4 years. The year before, he played for the Bears under Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy is now the quarterback coach for the Chiefs. And the Chiefs lost Chad Henne, a very reliable backup. And with a championship level team, you need a reliable backup just in case your quarterback goes down. So Andy Dalton to the Chiefs actually makes a lot more sense than you would think. I know. Matt Ryan's not a free agent yet. I don't really care. I wanted to put this in this video. Matt Ryan to the 49ers. Matt Ryan and Kyle Shanahan. One last chance for Matt Ryan to end his career on a high note. Let's do it. Come on. Brock Purdy, I don't know if he's going to be healthy. It's Matt's time to shine, baby. Let's erase the 28-3. Let's go. By the way, I just saw 80 for Brady, and it makes it that much more depressing. The Buffalo Bills need to find solutions at the wide receiver position, more weapons for Josh Allen. And Adam Thielen is available. As a veteran that I feel like might get a cheaper contract than people expect, he could contend for the number 2 wide receiver spot on this team. No longer Cole Beasley. They have tried the veteran Emmanuel Sanders before. Adam Thielen could be this year's version of an Emmanuel Sanders type, where he might be better than Gabe Davis, but at the very least, he's a pretty darn solid number 3 option out of the slot or the outside. I know the LA Rams aren't exactly contending, but Marvin Jones does have a great rapport with Matthew Stafford, and if they're going to trade Allen Robinson or just flat out release him, bringing in a wide receiver for the outside that has chemistry with Matthew Stafford would at least allow them to move the football down the field. I have Matt Ryan going to the 49ers, so why not Julio Jones as well? Let's just have some fun, man. Julio Jones to the 49ers with Kyle Shanahan as like the number 4 wide receiver. He plays just a few plays every game, maybe makes 1 catch every game, and he kind of has that Randy Moss vibe with the 49ers at the end of his career. Why not? Let's have some fun, man. Those are my predictions for the old guys out there, the veterans, the guys that I believe can still play. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Gronk, spike the like button and subscribe for more BLV just like this. Peace.